Hey guys, me again. Um, okay, this time we're going to talk about something that has been around YouTube quite often this week, and some other times too. And is the question: what is the difference between linguistics and language learning? Okay, um, well, I've been studying languages for forever, and now I'm studying linguistics at college. And I can tell one thing: linguistics really, the study of linguistics, it really does help to understand languages better and even to learn languages. But once you already know two or three, if you don't know any languages, linguistics won't take you anywhere. Okay, even in the linguistics department at college, they'll say, okay, it is a prerequisite that you study at least 4 semesters of a foreign language, preferably a non-Indo-European language. That meaning is a language which, in structure, is totally different from Romance languages or Anglo-Saxonic language, different from Portuguese and English. There's a total different structure, like Chinese, Japanese, Arabic, Russian, or something like that. So uh, it is very interesting. Linguistics. I love historical linguistics. I love comparative linguistics. What else? I've taken phonetics and morphology that I don't love so much, but they're still cool. Syntax is another pain, but it has its use, and all of them combined is just wonderful, especially when you bring different languages into the picture and start seeing the difference and similarities between them. It is awesome. But if you don't know any languages, you're like, what? Where did that come from? This doesn't make any sense. I've heard so many people say this is totally crazy because they haven't had any contact with other languages. When, for example, in my historical linguistics class, I loved it because when the professor would be talking about Maori and the connections with uh, Uto-Aztecan languages, and then go all the way down to South America with Tupi, and maybe go up there in Russia with the native Siberians, and talk about the similarities and differences and connect them socially, and then analyze the social linguistics around it. It is, I know this sounds really geeky, but it is awesome. It is really good. But if you don't understand the languages, if you don't know the languages, you'll be like, what the heck is Maori? Where do they speak that language? What is a Uto-Aztecan language? I have no clue. Dravidian language sounds like something out of a movie or something. So if you don't understand those things, at least a minimum, you're going to be lost. So okay, let's put linguistics on this side. What does linguistics do? Linguistics help you to understand how a language works on itself, how the words combine, how the structure is formed, how grammar is applied, and then you take two different languages and you compare them. What are the differences in them? Word order, word function, syntax, semantics, all those difference in meaning, difference in order, difference in context. And the cultural influence, the social influence in language that help them change, the evolution of a language, and the point when one language becomes two, or one language becomes a different language, or when that language just dies. You understand all those things. And they are wonderful principles. You can compare linguistics to pretty much any other science. If you take biology, which is my other passion, I can see linguistics and biology come in a perfect harmony. You have different levels, you have different structures, different principles, and they interact so well. It's nearly magical. And for the linguists and language enthusiasts, or the hyperglots online, they're listening to me right now. You understand what I'm saying. If you are not interested in language, you might probably be thinking, "What the heck is this guy talking about? I'm changed. I don't want to listen to this dude." But this is the way linguistics work. Language learning is more a question of communicating with people, understanding their literature, understanding the spoken language, talking to them. Some people study language just for the mere fact of talking to somebody. There are people online that they only study languages so they can speak. They don't care about writing. They don't care about reading. They only want to speak. That's their main goal. Of course, on the other side, there are people that only want to read a language and not speak as much. They just don't care about that either. So you have different people. So language learning is just the process of learning the communicational skills of other people that brings satisfaction, self fulfillment. And linguistics is how you correlate all those languages, or how you analyze a language internally, how it works inside, and what's the connection, where is it coming from, what came before that, what is the language right now, and where is the language going, and what is the relation between that language and the other languages around. That's linguistics. Okay, so um, again, linguistics, for those that already know some languages, will do miracles, will help you to understand a whole lot more and pick up other languages very fast. Linguistics, for those that don't know any languages, will probably not do any good, just confuse you, especially when it comes to morphology and syntax. Semantics also sometimes just want to make you have the desire to jump through the window or something like that. But okay, that's my thought. That's what I've experienced so far. Reminding you that I've had the experience of learning a language without any base, without any set pattern, and learning a language through patterns and through linguistics. And once I know by my own experience that once you learn to combine all different methods and different approaches to languages, they become way easier to be understood. You may not become fluent or a native speaker like in any language, but you start to understand things way more. And sometimes you pick up other languages just by knowing one or two. You can form like a triangle. You learn one on this edge and another on this edge, and there's another one that comes for free. An example of that is, for example, if you learn Arabic and you learn Hindi, Urdu will, will offer no barrier for you to learn it. Or for example, if you know Russian and you learn Persian, Tajik is another one that comes for free. So think about that when you're choosing your language in case you want to learn half a dozen, maybe a dozen languages. Okay, so that's it. If you have any comments, just post it here, and I'll probably post this as a video response to Steve Kaufman because his video is awesome. and I still don't understand why people criticize him because he calls himself a linguist. If you love languages, if you study languages, who cares if you have a certificate or not? You are a linguist. There are linguists. There were linguists um, hundreds of and thousands of years ago, and none of them had a certificate. They were still linguists. Okay, so people, stop being pains and be supporters. Okay, well, I'll catch you guys later.